All right, we are live. Barstool Units, episode 38. I'm Coach Doug's with me, as always, the Honorable Frank the Tank Fleming. Frank, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm starting to heal up a little bit from my football escapades this week, which we'll be seeing probably in a couple of weeks on some Barstool content.
Yeah, so we have a Frank injury.
I mean, I took a pretty mean spill. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. All right. We'll let the video speak for itself when it comes out. But not you're recovering well. It's not a serious injury. You're not having to go back to Clara Mass anytime soon.
No, no.
That's for the best. All right, good. Well, I'm glad you're doing better. We've got a lot to talk about.
Yes.
It's been a crazy week. I'm back in Jersey, still looking for a place, and this is a formal announcement. If you have a room open in Hoboken or know of somebody who's leasing out a room, I've tried apartments.com, I've tried Zillow, I've gone Spare Room, Street Easy, I've gone so many websites, and it just seems like everything's either already taken or it's switching or bait and switch. So if anybody knows of a room in Hoboken, let me know.
I mean, I look like I found a place for myself, at least in Belleville. It's a new construction, but I've now been waiting a week for them to send me the lease that they told me that I was supposed to get in a couple of days. And I wanted to move by the end of the month, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen now. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in this tiny, cramped apartment. My old lease is about to expire, and they're saying that if I kick it month to month, I'll be paying $2,000 a month.
That's
for
just,
this shit.
That's you can't do that. I mean, you can, obviously, you have the money, but that's just crazy for them to charge $2,000 a month for $350 a square feet or 350.
I mean, I need to get out of here.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's these little times where like so much stuff has been happening to me where I start questioning myself as to, like, have I done something wrong? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where like I kind of have to take a step back and think, I did something wrong to somebody at some point, and like it's all coming back on me right now. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I can't. It's just difficult to find. The real estate market's crazy right now, and so it's just difficult to find a place. But that, along with the Turnpike gaslighting me on Twitter. So I'm back in Jersey, which I'm thankful to be here. I'm glad to be here. But the Turnpike, I broke down. My serpentine belt broke on the Turnpike. Thankfully, I was right in front of one of the service areas. And this, I give credit to New Jersey. Your service areas have actual mechanics, or not, mechanics, or at least tire centers and whatnot that can look at cars. We don't have that in Florida. We have rest stops. So I'll give it to Jersey for that one. However, AAA is not allowed on the Turnpike. Like AAA cannot send their tow trucks on
which is just baffling to me.
Yeah, and so I made a video about it. This was 2 days ago, 3 days ago now. So I made a video about it. I was fine. Listen, cars break down, serpentine belts break. I just made a video about it. Said, that's kind of silly that, I have to get a tow truck to take me off of the Turnpike and then AAA to get me off, from there. And that was kind of it. I kind of laughed it off. It's something that, that's just kind of like a standard procedure for New Jersey. And it's something I'm going to have to get used to. The next day, the Turnpike went at me on Twitter saying, actually, you're wrong. AAA is allowed on the Turnpike, which they were using semantics. AAA is accepted by their tow trucks that they have on the Turnpike, but AAA trucks are not allowed on the Turnpike. So I had not only the Turnpike account trying to call me out and call me a liar, but then the person who runs the Turnpike account, Tom Feeney, who's like the public relations guy, media relations guy for the Turnpike, was then using his personal account to confirm and agree with the Turnpike account's tweets. And thankfully I looked into it, and because I recognized that name. And so the New Jersey Turnpike is now, Frank, you have the New Jersey Transit. I've got the New Jersey Turnpike.
Uh,
Enemy
I,
number one.
I mean, it's a clown show. Anything that New Jersey touches is a clown show.
It was so unnecessary. I laughed it off and said, that's just how it is. It's kind of like, forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown. Like, I laughed it off. I said, whatever. It's hopefully I never have to deal with this again. And then they came for me on Twitter, and yeah. So New Jersey Turnpike is the absolute worst. And yeah.
I mean, I commit. The Garden State Parkway is another weird one. Now, the thing about the Garden State Parkway is they don't allow trucks on the Garden State Parkway.
You mean like semis and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I get it. Like they're not your normal public road. There are stipulations when you pay the toll to get on the road. You're agreeing to certain terms and everything. I'm not even mad about it. Listen, if I was a tow truck company and I was part of like whatever union or authorized tow trucks are being used, I'd be all about it. Listen, if I'm part of the system and I'm making some money off of it, like, yeah, let's do it. I wasn't even like, I'm not even mad about that. I just like, listen, that's the way it is. But then when that guy Tom Feeney came at me as if gaslighting me, as if I was crazy, as if I was in the wrong, and he finally admitted to it without admitting to it. He's finally said, there's no difference in the cost to you. Like, that's not the issue. The issue is I have to wait for a tow truck, get put on the side of the road off the turnpike, and then wait for a AAA tow truck. Like, anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, you would. It doesn't cost the same money monetarily, but it certainly costs a lot more of your time.
Yeah, and it's just silly. It's and again, but I get it. I wasn't even mad about it. I was like, yep, that's just something I'm gonna have to get used to. I did not think I was gonna have to be in a Twitter battle with the turnpike. So
Well, New Jersey does New Jersey we just do things the wrong way so many times. We are the state that invented 5 people changing a light bulb, 1 person to hold the bulb, and 4 people to move the ladder.
yeah. No, 2 people to move the ladder, 1 person to make sure the people moving the ladder are moving it correctly, and then another person to stamp off approved on that guy's approval.
Yeah,
It's
well,
yeah. It's
that too.
Yeah. But again, though, I'm not even. I feel like I don't. I want to be happy. I want to wake up and smile. I don't. But now I find myself waking up and hating the turnpike, and it's so stupid that I don't know. I'm in a war now. Like, Clem has the Empire State Building, you have New Jersey Transit, and now I have the turnpike, and it's like, why are we? It's too much, Frank. But again, I'm gonna have to get used to it.
Welcome to New Jersey.
Welcome to New Jersey. Speaking of which, and again, it just feels like it's piling on. So I'm at the hotel, still in a hotel looking for a place, and at least at the last place, it didn't have hot water, but it had water. I came back to the hotel today. There's no water in the bathroom. There's water in the sink outside because it's an extended stay hotel. And so I called down. I'm like, hey, there's no water in the bathroom. Do y'all know about this? Is this an issue that's going to be resolved? And the response I got was, oh, they didn't tell you? That's never a good sign. So I'm like, no, they did not tell me about there being no water in the bathroom. There was water in the bathroom when I left this morning. And so she said, yeah, well, we have a room arranged for you, so if you need to take a shower, we can handle that now. And I'm like,
are they gonna comp you the fucking night? I mean, it's ridiculous that you're in a room that's that no running water. I mean, to me, a hotel that without running water is not a hotel room.
Yeah,
it is I don't know what it is.
Well, so this is what they told me. They said, well, we have a room with a shower for you. I said, okay, so I have to change rooms. Like, this is not going to be resolved tonight. And she said, no, you don't need to change rooms. We have a room that has a shower if you need to use a shower. So they have some kind of like communal room that they have basically not not
You see,
reserved.
that's not a solution.
No. So I'm picturing waking up tomorrow morning and there's just going to be a line of people as if I'm in some kind of like, boarding house or something with a bunch of people in robes outside the hallway waiting to take a shower.
That is not a solution. That is the opposite of a solution.
Yeah. And so, like I said, though, I'm happy to be in Jersey. I'm happy to be up here. I'm happy to be looking for a place. Um, we're doing content. We're making content. We're doing stuff. We're having fun. So on Friday Night Pints today, it's coming out tomorrow, and then we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We did the Pixar putt today. That was Frank. I got to tell you, that was a tough course.
I mean, it's a kid's course, and maybe kids being so small actually are able to find their ways on there and be more comfortable on it. But
Yeah.
that was not an easy course.
No, it wasn't. I think the kids the people they plan on attracting to their, I think those kids probably don't care whether or not they're making par or not. But it was a difficult course. I found myself getting a little frustrated.
I mean, it's ridiculously hard. And they
Yeah.
had a couple of holes that, of course, and everyone's going to see this eventually,
Mhm.
that were like not really mini golf. It was just like weirdness.
Yeah, they had holes that were, I guess, kind of like the Angry Birds holes in the mall. They had holes where you just selected where you wanted the ball to enter down into a tube or something. You selected where it was going, and then you didn't actually really have to worry about putting it. But yeah, so it was fun. It was a beautiful view, Frank. You had the World Trade Center, the New York or Statue of Liberty out there, and right there on the pier. It was a beautiful view.
I mean, it is absolutely incredible. I mean, and then we were there late, and the sun was setting, and we actually got to basically see the sunset
Yeah.
right there, sunset over New Jersey.
Yeah, and the Statue of Liberty right there in New York waters.
Yeah, well, the Statue of Liberty belongs to New Jersey.
Yeah, yeah.
They stole it from us.
What if you look on Google Maps, they do have the state line. It shows the Statue of Liberty is in New Jersey waters.
Yeah, it is in New Jersey waters. And although, if you notice, the Statue of Liberty is mooning in New Jersey.
Yeah, yeah. It's got its back to it. She has her back to you guys,
Yeah.
which
Well,
which I think was you can tell by how the turnpike reacts to people. But like I said, I'm happy. Like I said, though, I'm happy to be back in Jersey. We got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow night. This is actually going to be my first NHL game, my first professional hockey game. We're going to the Devils home opener. Who are they playing?
they're playing the Chicago Blackhawks.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. I gotta go. I gotta go into Manhattan tomorrow to the NHL store. I'm gonna try and find Hopefully, they have a Devils jersey that fits me.
Yep. And if you actually go to the Devils game at the Devils Den, they do have 20% off. I have the the season ticket holder. I think all you have to do is show them this thing.
Yeah, and that's because you're a season ticket holder, right?
Yep.
The perks of being a New Jersey Devils fan. I'm telling you, Frank, and sooner or later, especially if we have our jerseys, we got to get the putty, the face paint.
Yeah, we got to see about trying to do that one of these days.
I'm sure they probably have those like pre-made where you can apply them just like a normal like kid's tattoo.
Yeah. Well, they have, like I said, they have a nice team store. A couple team stores at the Prudential Center.
Yeah. So
I'll
that'll
have
be
to go
good.
in and check it out.
Yeah.
At some point.
So we're doing that. We're doing that tomorrow, and then Saturday got the college football games.
Yep, we'll figure out somewhere to watch them. Do something on Saturday.
Yep.
And then Sunday we got to figure out some way. And if everything works out, we'll try to do a live stream. I'm not promising that's going to happen, but I would like to try to get a live stream of us watching that fiasco. I mean, Jesus. I mean, we want people in England to like football. Sending those two teams is not going to help.
No, it's not. Well, that's the thing. It's kind of I don't think a lot of them probably don't know exactly what to expect, or they're not used to like they're not used to seeing highlights every single week of like the best plays. So they might not know it's not the best quality football. When I went in 2017, the Jaguars played the Ravens. In 2017, I took a Europe. I took a friend and I, my friend Landon and I took a trip over there. We did the London game, then we did Dublin. We finished up at Oktoberfest. Um, it was crazy. I think we were in Wembley, and I think there was like 80,000 people. Every single team was represented. They were Browns fans, Chiefs fans. I mean, this is back, in the 2017 before the Chiefs were good again. And yeah, they had every so many different teams, and so although Jaguars technically are the home team, it was funny seeing after the game when we were leaving Wembley. We went to I think it was called the Corner House or the Corner Bar, just an old house in Wembley, and you had all the older gentlemen in the corner of a bar wearing blazers watching soccer, and then you had all the young people wearing NFL jerseys watching Red Zone above the fireplace.
Huh. That's
Yeah,
definitely an interesting dynamic.
yeah,
I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little tired of the London games. I understand that we should be going over there, but I kind of actually, if we're going to go sending teams over to Europe, why not spread it out? Let's do a game in Paris, do some games in Germany, do a game in Rome.
yeah, yeah. Actually, like NFL Europe.
Yeah, I mean, spread it around. Let's see how the fans in other the countries like NFL football, not just Europe. I mean, if we're this gung ho growing the game, why not send uh, the Seahawks and 49ers, the Seahawks and 49ers, or one of those two teams over to Tokyo?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's probably closer than them going the other way to London.
And then you could even throw a couple of teams and send them over to Australia one day.
Yeah, I think they probably, if they went down to Australia, they'd probably have a good time down there. Yeah, that was another thing. So in Europe, they don't call it a football, of course, but they don't even call it American football. They call it NFL.
Yeah.
They just say, "Oh, that's NFL." It was funny going through customs because when when we got through customs, first of all, there's a big sign that says, "Do you have anything to declare?" And I just under my breath, but like loudly under my breath, as independence, just I just wanted to say that in London.
Well,
Um,
my favorite saying is this: whenever they have like losing the royal family and everyone's talking about the royal family this, royal family that, I always say this. My quote is: in 1776, there was a document signed, and on that document at the bottom it says, "I don't have to give a flying fuck about any of the royal family."
yeah, exactly. Like I like babies. Like babies are cute, babies are cool, and everything. But I don't care about this specific baby just because he's a royal baby.
Oh, and honestly, the family is pure trash. I mean, seriously, the family is trash.
I
I
don't know
mean,
enough about them to make any claims, but yeah,
they might live out there in Windsor Castle, but there are people living in a trailer park in Jacksonville that have their shit more together than the royal family. And
that might be true. That
I
that
mean,
might be true.
I mean, there's always a rumor that the queen had Princess Di killed because she didn't like the fact that who she was going to get married to the second time. There's
Mhm.
always thoughts that the one of the kids there, the two kids that Princess Di had were not really Charles's kids, but some Air Force guy that she was having an affair with.
Yeah,
And what's the other one? William does look a little bit like him.
yeah,
Meanwhile, you got Harry Pothead, who marries an American actress who they all hate because let's just say that her pigmentation isn't to
yeah,
their liking.
yeah.
We knew that. You knew that was going to never work. You knew they were never going to accept her. And Harry doesn't want anything to do with that life. I think. I
Well,
think.
he does though because he comes over here and he acts all pretentious and
Yeah. Well,
You know,
That's all you know.
in London, the media doesn't do these things. Like, oh yeah, well, you're not royalty over here. We don't. Our media doesn't give a shit about you.
Yeah, basically. If he really wanted anonymity, he could come just live in the United States and be Meghan Markle's husband.
Yeah, and there would be nothing wrong with that.
I'd actually admire him for that.
He can live out in Pasadena, California, or wherever he wants to live, and just.
I'd actually respect him more than any other royals if he ever did that.
Who was it King George V? Who was you remember the King's speech? His brother gave up the crown because he wanted to marry like an American actress.
I don't know exactly what king it was. It might have been King Edward, or is it King Edward that abdicated?
Okay, yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it might have been. But yeah, either way. But yeah, so there's
the Queen. Actually, the stuttering king is actually the Queen's father. You know.
Queen Elizabeth's father.
Yeah.
I think in the movie they say, or they mention that her name's Elizabeth. But yeah. So enough about British royalty. But yeah, I enjoyed England.
One of these days I'll go over to Europe. I've never actually been even to Canada.
Neither have I, and I brought my passport, Frank.
I got my passport too, so.
Maybe we'll make a trip up to Canada. Is Canada open?
It's starting to open.
Starting to open.
You know what's weird is now they're going to have us eventually going through the airports. Now they keep kicking the can down the road. You have to get the star on your driver's license.
You
can't get an appointment in New Jersey to get the star. I mean, seriously, what the fuck are we doing here?
I don't know. That's Jersey, Frank. Forget it, Jank. Forget it, Frank. That's Jersey. I don't know, Frank.
Anything that New Jersey runs is just run incredibly inefficiently. Is
it so? Because I want to give them. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt. Well, systems, I guess.
If you ask the state of New Jersey, the official state of New Jersey website, a New Jersey official will tell you to go from Newark to Belleville, you have to go to Toms River. That's how complicated New Jersey bureaucracy is.
I don't even know what that means. You have to go through Toms River, like you have to call Toms River County or something, or I don't. What do you mean?
The way the New Jersey bureaucracy works, not necessarily everything goes from A to B. You have to go down to A to C to D to E to F to Y to Z before getting to B.
It's the epitome of what people have problems with, like convoluted government, like system.
And New Jersey has the most convoluted government. I can't imagine a state having more convoluted government. I mean, you go to the Department of Motor Vehicles in this state, and you might as well bring a couple of Snickers bars because you're going to be there for a while.
Yeah, and so here's my question: Is it a matter of they just have bad systems and they're too far in to fix them? Is the people that are in charge that are choosing not to fix them? Is it a matter of they're good systems and they're just being run poorly? Like
they're bad systems run poorly, and the people that run them are too corrupt to change it.
Gotcha. So that is the issue.
I mean, look at the trains. I mean, we were going through Penn Station today. Mm-hmm. Now, be that it's in New York, it's in the area that is where New Jersey Transit is. And there's a broken escalator. We get down to the track level, and the train's pulling off. And the train stops, almost like teasing people that it's going to open the door, and then pulls off again.
I did not think they were going to open their doors. When they stopped, in my head, I'm thinking the engineer or conductor, whichever you call them, is absolutely looking in their rear view, seeing Frank the Tank, and they are pausing the train for just a few moments to give you hope. That was my initial thought.
I mean, Jesus. And the reason why we didn't make the track level on time is because the escalator is broken.
Yeah, we had to go around and get to a staircase.
I mean,
It's crazy, Frank, but
I mean, luckily I was still able to get my connecting train over to Delawana,
good.
but it's always something.
Yeah. Well, happy to be in Jersey. We got the
I
Devil's Gate.
mean, uh, I mean, look what happened to me on Monday. I went to Harriman, New York.
Yeah.
I was on a New Jersey Transit train. No announcement was made that the train that was on the track that I was expecting the 6:30 to Delawana to be taking off.
Hmm.
Instead, it was the 6:25 train arriving at 6:30 with no announcement. And of course, you look at the signage on the New Jersey Transit. They have a LED, not even LED. It's like something that was made in like 1975,
Yeah.
1985, signed. It says New Jersey Transit. It doesn't tell you what train you're on. All it says is New Jersey Transit. Yes, I know we're on New Jersey Transit. I didn't think this was the LIRR.
Yeah.
But so it says New Jersey Transit. Doesn't tell you what train it is. So I got on the train assuming it was the 6:30 mainline train that will go through Kingston, Lyndhurst, then to Delawana and onward.
Hmm.
Instead, it was the 6:25 train coming 5 minutes late, and its first stop is not anywhere in New Jersey. No, 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 no. Its first stop is Harriman, New York, upstate New York, somewhere in like God only knows where county. And it was a 50-minute train ride. And
Five zero.
the conductor took my ticket, looked at my ticket, looked at my digital ticket, never said anything to me,
Yeah.
never. And it was only after I'd been on that train about 15 minutes and not making stops, I was like, uh-oh. And then I looked out the window and I said, uh-oh, this isn't familiar. And then we get to Harriman, and the next train back was like 3 hours later, so I had to take an Uber from
Oh, man.
Harriman, New York, and I wasn't the only one. There were 5 other people on that
Really?
platform who got on the wrong train, thinking this was the train. So if I'm not paying attention, if I'm maybe paying more close attention to the phone and might have missed something, that's on me. But if there are
Yeah.
5 people on that platform who are on the wrong train, then you screwed up. And that was a
Yeah.
holiday. That was Columbus Day. There were fewer people on trains that day anyway. There were fewer people on the platform than normal anyway.
Yes.
So
Why was the train late?
who knows?
Yeah. That's just yeah. It's well. And then we had today the lady who politely was telling us that there was more room on the next car. With an attitude though, I don't get it. I don't know. Like I said though, I'm trying to be happy about it, but obviously there's I don't know. I don't know, Frank. I don't think we're going to solve New Jersey Transit's problems on this show.
New Jersey Transit. We suck you more each day. We don't really care if you get there or not. We suck. We might decide to just stop running and leave you stranded. When they had that big flooding on September 1st,
Hmm.
that big, like, torrential rainstorm that was just like the skies just opened
Yeah, it was Ida.
from Ida, yeah. There was a train that was trying to go through the floodwaters, through the flood zones, and when it got stuck, and it caused a floodgate to be opened, which caused the Yankees Double A ballpark in Somerset to get completely flooded.
Yeah, the Somerset Patriots Stadium, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
mean,
saw
it got stuck in the middle of, so people were stuck on the train. And this was a double decker train, which you've seen.
that. Yeah,
They had to go all up to the top level of the train and people were crammed and crowded in that top level of the train, and they had to be like rescued. And some people were on the train for like 12 hours.
at what point? Yeah, I mean, at what point you just say, "Forget this, I'm swimming out."
And they basically said that they shut down the whole system for two and a half days as they try to fix this avoidable error.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if it's raining too hard, that is when you stop the train.
yeah. Now you mentioned the attendant. I don't know. I'm not sure what the right word is. The train attendant walking through collecting tickets or checking tickets. you mentioned that he didn't say anything to you. I've also noticed them like the ones they punch the ticket, but then you have to scan the ticket to actually get out of out of the station. What's the job of the person punching tickets? I don't understand. Well, I don't understand the purpose of them.
See, Caucus is the only one that I know of that has the scan. We have to scan the ticket,
Okay.
but it, I don't understand it either. I mean,
So what's your passy caucus? You actually have to show somebody
yeah,
a ticket that's punched.
yep.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
I
That's fair.
mean, you come out to Delawana, it's just a platform in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
or actually in Clifton, but
There's an attendant who, when you leave, you have to show them a punch ticket.
nope. They they'll either take the ticket on the train or they'll punch it on the train.
Okay, but so what's the purpose of the? I guess they punch it to know it's been used. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's all right. We're not going to solve the world's problems. We're not going to solve problems of the royal family or New Jersey Transit on this show today. But I'm excited. We got a pretty crazy weekend again with the Devils.
Yeah, we just had to try to figure out how we're how and if we can set up some sort of viewing.
Yeah, we
can Jaguars Dolphins.
Yeah. We can do something. It's 9:30 Sunday morning.
I mean, as bad as that game's going to be,
might be our first win.
I think that's a very good possibility.
I mean, law of averages, Frank. It's got to come sooner or later, right?
And the Dolphins are playing pretty terribly.
I'm torn now. Like we're already 0-5. If we go 0-6, maybe that gives more reason to fire Urban Meyer. Maybe I want them to continue losing to get rid of Urban. I don't know, but we'll have to come up with something for the stream. Some gimmicks or whatnot to have some fun with it because based on the way both teams have been playing, I'm not sure if we're going to be too excited about the gameplay. So we'll have to come up with something else. Maybe we'll get some English breakfasts. I don't know. We'll make a day out of it.
Speaking like how about next week? The bloody hell. Bloody hell! That was a sticky wicket.
Is that your?
We got a bunch of wankers on this team.
Is that your British accent, Frank?
Yes.
Well,
just stiff upper lip.
Hopefully, we'll be hearing a lot more of that this Sunday when we do the Jaguars Dolphins live stream. We'll figure out some way to do a stream.
You know, if anyone gets hurt, they could and take him off the field. We could go, bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
He's not dead. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I feel happy. I feel healthy.
All right, Frank. Well, so I'll see you tomorrow night. We're going to go to the Devils game. The Devils. I'm pretty excited for it. My first NHL game. That's Barstool Units, episode 38. Frank, please take us out.
Always look on the bright side of life. When the Dolphins don't have an offensive line and their general manager is an idiot, trading all the draft picks for Jalen Waddle, who keeps dropping every pass. Jalen Waddle, the Venus de Milo of NFL receivers. Click like and subscribe. And if you don't know who Venus de Milo is, look it up. Come on, get a little culture.
That's Barstool Units. See you next time.